Alright, welcome to Mr. DuPage's classroom. I'm obviously Mr. DuPage. Today we're going to talk about some of the policies and procedures we're going to use in the classroom this year. This is your first experience with one of my videos. This is going to be how we're going to go about all of our lessons this year. What we're going to do is I'm going to start with a little introduction myself, and then we'll move straight into our lessons. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about today is our policies and procedures. So we are going to take a look at that. Please get out your sheet that looks like this. It says Mr. DuPage's Classroom Procedures. This is going to be all of what we're going to do for the year. This includes how you enter the classroom, how you take notes, where you pick things up, and how you should act in the classroom. So entering the classroom, you need to sit in your assigned seat and be ready to learn when the bell rings. Also, right when you enter the classroom, all of your pieces of paper that you need to pick up for the day will be on the table near the door. Taking notes, you are required to take notes. You'll be quizzed over your notes periodically. Notes should be titled with each section number and title that you should, and they should be dated. You need to keep your notebook for the entire semester. We will clean out certain sections occasionally, but for the most part, you want to keep all of those things because we do have, at the end of the year, a cumulative test that you are going to have to take. So you're going to want the ability to go back and look at all those. Absences, don't ask me for any missed work. You will be given a calendar of assignments for each month. We'll show that to you in 1 second. If you missed a worksheet, they are located in the hanging folder that is over by the windows. It has blue folders. It's a clear plastic box. If you have a question after this is over, please raise your hand. I will show it to you. If you missed a quiz or a test, you must make arrangements with me to make it up before or after school or during a study hall. That will be done on your time. We do not have much time in class to get those done. Make sure you copy the notes that you missed from a classmate, or you can always go back and look at the video and get the notes that way. Leaving the room. I'm not going to let you out of the room for any other reason but to go to your locker, go to the bathroom, or go to an office or another teacher. You need to have your planner in order to pull that off. I'm not going to give you a pink pass to go to the restroom or your locker. If you do not have a planner, I cannot let you leave. Also, only one student at a time will be allowed to leave the classroom. Assignments, make sure that your name is on the assignment in the upper right-hand corner. Your assignments should be done either on a loose leaf piece of paper or the worksheets provided. Most of the time they will be worksheets. If you're not turning your assignment the day it is due, if it's 1 day late, you will get half credit. Any more than 1 day late, you are going to get 1 point for the assignment. Also, you must have all of your assignments completed and turned in prior to taking a quiz or a test. That is basically like practicing for a sporting event, and the quiz or the test is your game. Your materials, you're going to need them every day. Those include something to write with and a calculator. Also, I may give you some instructions each day that you need to bring something else, but for the most part, you need, well, your binder, something to write with, and a calculator. If you finish work early, do not bother those others in class that are trying to get things done. You can ask and see if someone needs help, that you can help them. You can go back and study the material you do not understand. You can ask me if there's anything else that you can work on, but please stay quiet unless I give you permission to talk. Manners, you should always use appropriate behavior. Basically, just treat others the way you'd like to be treated. You're not to put anyone down at any time. If you do, I will handle that immediately. Sleeping, putting your head down in class will not be tolerated. I will ask you once to get up and back on task, and then if not, you will get a referral to be out of class. Now, if you do not feel well and you don't believe that you're going to be able to sit up in class, but you still want to be here so you can listen, you need to tell me that before class starts so we can make arrangements for that. Cell phones, they are not calculators. Yes, your cell phone has a calculator, but that is not its intended purpose. They should not be on, and they should be out of sight. If your phone rings or vibrates, you need to turn it off immediately and without disruption to the class. If this becomes a recurring problem or you make it disruptive to the class, you will receive a referral to student services. If you choose to use your phone in any way during class, you will automatically receive a referral. Now, there are times that I may allow you to use your cell phone to watch one of my videos.
If that's the case, you need to only be watching the video and nothing else. Don't be texting or trying to call someone or looking into other videos. All right? Rules: do not talk while others are talking. Be respectful to everyone within the classroom. Do what is expected of you every day. Please don't make this a big fight. We need to get this done. This is probably one of the most important subjects you will ever learn. It is great practice for problem solving skills, which you do every minute of every day. If you do not believe me, you can ask me when the video is over, and I will give you an example. Obey the golden rule. Just treat others the way you want to be treated, and we will get along just fine. Materials are right there. You can see them. Those are what you need to bring every day. Calculators. If you do not have one, you need to go get one. Those are your options. Those are acceptable, better, best. Basically, what you need to have is a calculator that has the sine, cosine, and tangent button on them. That's the sin, cos, and tan. If you have a question about a calculator, bring it to me and I will tell you whether it should work or not. Optional hole reinforcements and a pencil pouch, that's up to you. Grading. The grading, or your grade will be determined on a total point system. That means that 1 point on a homework assignment is the same as 1 point on a quiz or a notebook quiz or a test. Your overall grade will be the number of points that you got for correct answers divided by the overall number of points. It's broken up in grade determiners. Homework is 10 points. Your homework will be off of a completion basis. For your homework, I do not grade on correctness. This is your practice. This is not it's something that's brand new to you. I don't expect you to be able to get it completely right away. So what we're going to do is you're going to do your homework. The next day I will give you the answers to the homework. Anything that you got incorrect, you need to understand why it was incorrect, what you did wrong. If you do not understand that, you need to raise your hand and ask a question. I will answer that for you. It is your responsibility to figure that out. If you still do not understand afterwards, you can come up to me and we can talk individually. Notebook quizzes, 10 points given about once a week. This is just going to be copying down what you had from your notes. It is not going to be having to actually complete any problems. If you filled out your notes correctly, these are easy points. Quizzes, the points will vary depending on the quiz. Some of them are 25 points. Some of them will be 50 or 60 points. Just kind of depends on how long the quiz is. Tests are going to be out of 100 points. There are not nearly as many tests as there are quizzes. Those are going to be for correctness. Those are your games that we were talking about earlier. Your homework is your practice. The quizzes and tests are your games. Grading scale. 100 to 90 is an A, 89 to 80 is a B, 79 to 70 is a C, 69 to 60 is a D, and 59 to 0 is an F. However, with the grading scale, if you have, say, a 59.5, that will round up to a 60. If you have a 69.5, that will round up to a 70. A 79.5 will round up to an 80, and 89.5 will round up to a 90. 99.5 obviously will round up to 100. So that is how your grading scale will work. It is very important, as I talked about already, that you guys watch these videos. This is how your lesson's going to be taught to you. You need to try to watch them the night before the lesson. So use your calendar to see when you're going to have the different topics. The calendar you should have picked up on the way in the door. It looks like this. As you can see, on Friday we're going to review linear graphing and have a matching activity. Your assignment's either going to be an exit sheet or a worksheet that you will need to do on your own depending on how much time is left. If you watch the video for review linear graphing on Thursday night, You will come in already knowing what we're going to be talking about. You'll know the questions you want to ask. If you don't have any questions, you can get right to work on finishing your notes or working on your assignment normally on that day. Obviously, since we have a matching activity, it will not be right to worksheets. You will get this every month. So this month is August, obviously. So you're going to have a rundown of everything we're going to do in August. In September, I'll give you another one, and you'll know exactly what you missed. That way, if you did miss a day, you can go right over to where our missing assignment box is and pull out what you need. That is basically how our class is going to be run. Anything that I feel like I need to tell you that I did not say in this video, I will tell you now.